was doing another show at the Improv Theater at that time. So I said, oh, okay, yeah, it must be funny. Then I met these two young ladies. They were tall and slim, but they looked like Lucille Ball. And what happened is I was telling them about that. They had visited here from California. They were in theater. And I said, I think I want to do stand-up. And they said, oh, that's a good thing to do because it's healing. And I had never heard that before. And now I know that when you make somebody laugh, humor, it's like healing.
For them
so I'm
and
like,
for
okay,
you.
I'm a healer. But
That's
anyway,
great.
No, not at that time. I didn't say it because after, I seen how it affect people,
Right.
make them happy.
I want to ask you a little bit more about INACT, if I can, because you
Okay.
were with them for 33 years,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So you go into like schools and different things for at-risk, but how does it, do you go in and, I mean, I'm sure there's different things you do with different groups. Do you like do scenarios that they watch and listen to? Do they start working with you? How do you, and I know you were saying something like sometimes you have to have a lot of training in how to deal with people that are coming from different places, emotionally and all that. So how is it really to be a member and go out into different situations to help people through the theater process? I mean, using theater to have them open up or,
Well, I can tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, what happened is that it was this woman, Diana Feldman, that started this program, and she graduated from NYU and as a drama therapist. So I found out the drama therapists can do any kind of job. That's what they train them to do, and plus they do the therapist. So when I started working there, we just said, what she said was we was teaching conflict resolution.
Okay.
Because, a lot of parents, they don't want their children, they be like, oh, she's with a therapist, so we just, kept that low until World Trade Center. But before that, what we do is two teaching artists go into these schools, which the unemployment services had no idea what we were. The teaching artists, they said, what is that? When you go, to try to look for a job, they had everything set up where you could look. They didn't know what we were. But so we started that. We were doing conflict resolution using drama and a couple of the techniques that we learned from drama therapy. But, that was, it was mentioned back then, but after they had the World Trade Center, you didn't want to say therapist because, parents, because it was there, but they never really used it, but we learned some of the techniques, like calming, like meeting the person where they at, bringing them from one stage to the next stage to, like, okay, the first stage is for them to be in a unit. Then the next stage is for them to be able to do what we're doing, talking to each other like that. And then the third stage is almost like what I've learned in SGI, is standing on spirit. You get up and you're able to, express yourself, and a lot of kids weren't. So we go into the rooms, and mostly a lot of times we do 45 minutes to an hour or something like that, working with the kids, but we use theater games. And so while we're playing these games and everything, we tell them, because they know right from wrong. So this is what we're here to teach them, right from wrong specifically. So when we set up these scenarios, we say, okay, say it's a fight. Say it depends on what are the objectives. The teachers gives us the objectives too. So we go in there and we say, well, what happened? Did they need to fight? Because they already know they're not supposed to. That's how we strike up the conversations, and then they can eventually learn from that. Like some of them say, they're stubborn. I'm gonna be rich. Well, I say, how's your math? Oh, I'll get somebody else to count it. What if they steal? You see, so we're getting the logic. We're doing things through theater games. That's what we do. And we do, and I was a parent coordinator there for about 10 years because parents, they have their, ups and downs with their kids and everything. So I used to do workshops with them.
Yeah,
so,
and you're a parent yourself, so yeah.
Right, so, and I was the only parent there at that time that had the kids. So, that worked out for years. But that's what we do. We set up these scenarios, whatever the teachers say, oh, he likes to fight, oh, he likes to bully, all of those things to like modify the behavior and change it. And you can do through that, because I went to school, I think I graduated in like, let's see, 19, 2001, went back to college and got my degree in theater education while I was working there too and doing theater. But that's what we actually do, and it made such a big difference.
Yeah, it's very crucial to some ways.
Yeah.
It like opens up a lot
Yeah.
of people to express themselves and
Yeah.
work out things. And that's
Yeah,
what,
we
that's why I
worked
wanted you
with over like, I don't know, 1,500. We worked in over 100 schools, 1,500 parents, students all those years.